Hi guys, welcome back. Episode 18 of In the Vault with Ali and Shane. We have a secret to divulge. We had actually already recorded this entire episode. And my camera fucked up yet again. So here we are.
It was in slow-mo.
It was in slow-mo.
No sound.
And you know what, doll? I was sitting there and it was saying 3 hours to upload onto our shared drive. And I was like, why is it taking so long? Usually it's an hour and a half. And then I looked and it was a 2-hour video. And it's me just going,
oh no. And you know, it was already a little bit of a late one.
It
so
was.
like, I was editing away and then Shane's like, you're not going to believe this. It's slow-mo. And best believe I shut my laptop, honey, and I went to bed.
You were like, I'm done. Emotionally, I'm done. She hasn't gotten out of her PJs since. Doll, where are these cutesy little PJs? Are they a little Peter Alexander number?
No, they're Morgan and Finch.
Oh,
I think
cute.
You get them from Bed Bath and Table.
Yep.
They've got cute little tomato ones. I've also got rabbits and teddy bears.
Oh, cute. So, yeah. I need the tomato ones. How cute.
Catch me putting my bins out in my PJs.
Yeah, I didn't realize Morgan and Finch did like loungewear / sleepwear. I thought they just did sheets and stuff.
They have for the longest time and they're fantastic.
Okay.
I love them. They were really affordable too. Not really affordable, but I think they were on sale for $26.
Oh, wow.
A few months ago.
Oh.
Which I think is pretty good.
Bargain. Peter Alexander's shaking in his little booties, doll.
Like a little just like meh about Peter Alexander. Get that sausage dog off those t-shirts. I'm over it.
It's true, and can I say a Dachshund I'm not really obsessed with as a dog breed. They're always so yappy and not nice. I don't understand what the appeal is.
Though, a wide-haired...
long-haired one. Yeah, very
they're
pretty.
very cute.
Very pretty. There's actually one in the area that's like blonde. And it's a bit like dismissive, and I'm like, but you know what? You're allowed to be because you're so cute.
You know.
You know you're hot. But doll, I actually think this is a bit of a blessing in disguise that the potty got moved, because since we've recorded, Taylor Swift's gotten married.
Taylor Swift, the T&Ts.
Yeah.
Done it.
Swift and Kelsey, doll. They tied the knot. It was on Friday night. That would have been Saturday afternoon for us. Did you know, doll, that Adam Sandler officiated the wedding?
I read this thing and it was like, Travis got to pick one thing. And it was clearly that.
Adam Sandler officiating the wedding. And apparently he sang a song for them too.
He sang a song?
Yes.
Adam Sandler.
Sang an original song. That's all we know. I didn't know what it was.
Well, I heard she walked down the aisle to one of her own songs.
Interesting.
Do we think that's a bit strange?
It's a bit conceited, isn't it? I'm not against it though. If I was a recording artist, I might. What if it was an original song that she wrote for her and Travis? I think that's cute. Unless it's an original song, I'm not for it. Because who was Love Story really written for? Not Travis. Not Travis 15 years ago. It's a good change from all the hater songs that Taylor Swift writes. It's usually quite like draggy.
Can I just say though, the lengths that they went through to stop people seeing guests come in. So the cars would drive into this tent. They would close the curtains of the tent. The guests would get out of the tent and then they'd open the curtains and then the car would drive through.
It's very Met Gala-y, isn't it? They kind of do everything they can to ensure no one really sees the looks until they hit the carpet. But doll, we've already seen some drop. You and I have already given them a bit of a review. Who are you loving?
Selena looked gorgeous.
Divine.
In that gown.
Yes.
Yeah.
And can I say, doll, even little old Benny Blanco, he scrubbed up. He scrubbed up.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
You put some shoes on, you cut your toenails, you are ready to go, honey.
Not the cutting of the toenails.
When I saw Gigi Hadid, I fell off my seat. I literally fell off my seat and transcended into heaven. She looked divine.
Yeah, she's kind of fallen off lately mainly because she's like devoted to being a mother.
Yes.
I think she wants that quiet life.
Yeah.
But, I just forgot how unbelievable she is.
Can I say?
And she like wants to scrub up.
Yeah. She put a solid 15 years into her career. She's been working since she was 15. She's like 33 now. She's allowed a little break.
Yeah.
Let her mother, But she looks divine, and when she pulls together, I feel it's really all been about Bella lately. Bella Hadid.
Yeah.
Gigi really came through with a look. And you know who else I was loving? And she's a bit of a I love her, but I feel she's a bit of a random celebrity. Camila Cabello. I think she looked so gorgeous in her red lacy outfit. I'm a huge
Yeah.
Camilla fan. I actually think she's quite chic and iconic. There, I said it.
Ooh, na, na. I think she's okay. She looks like she doesn't age.
Oh! Hater. Hater.
I think it was when she was with, who was that guy?
Shawn Mendes. Yeah,
Mendes.
they would come out looking a bit ratty.
They were just walking around looking so ratty. Honey, I have been in a relationship like this. It's not get out.
Well, she did.
But did you see that Taylor Swift's best friend Abigail Anderson? She actually twinned with another guest. Yeah. Juju Smith-Schuster's fiance, Laura Crook. Like, who the hell is that?
Who knows?
But you know what? If I was Abigail, I'd be like, "There's tears to this, honey."
Yeah. I'm number one. Go home and get changed.
But do you think that maybe Taylor Swift didn't have bridesmaids then if Abigail
So she did
wasn't there?
So she only had a best man, or like a man of honor, which was her brother Austin, and Kelsey's brother Jason was his best man. So that was it. No bridal party. Very similar to my wedding, actually. Not to say Taylor copied me or anything. But Doll, you were like an honorary. I said that to you in the days.
Yeah.
Leading
Except
up.
I was like 3 rows back.
Oh no, Doll! There was no seating plan. You sat where you sat. They did have a 100-person rehearsal on the Thursday night, and Selena Gomez was reported to have been at attendance for that. I don't know who else was. I'm assuming the bestie was as well. But security's obviously been extremely tight. It's alleged people signed NDAs, no phone policies, and guests, vendors, and security phones were all confiscated. As well as this, which I think is like a cute touch. Swift and Kelsey donated $26 million to NYC and other charities just before the festivities.
Oh, did you also see the bakery who did the Taylor Swift's cake and like all the little desserts?
We're handing the
come
desserts out.
And they were handing them out
Yes.
to the people waiting at the front.
That was so cute.
So people going crazy for it.
And I reckon that was definitely like a Swift/Taylor Swift team directive. You know, I think they would. It's very like Marie Antoinette let them eat cake. Like here's my leftovers. Please consume. Should we quickly like rattle off just some top line guest list names? Because this guest list is insane and so like hodgepodge as well. So let me rattle off some names. Tom Hanks, Paul McCartney, Steven Spielberg, Selena Gomez, obviously that we covered, Gigi, Bradley Cooper, Dakota Johnson, Hugh Grant, Jason Sudeikis, Nikki Glazer, Jennifer Lopez, Graham Norton, Jimmy Fallon, Zoe Kravitz, Ed Sheeran, Ethan Hawke, Benson Boone, Abby Wambach, Stevie Nicks, who performed, plus a bunch of NRL crossover guests. I didn't realise how connected both Travis and Taylor were. Hugh Grant seems really random to me. Apparently,
Random?
Yeah, apparently Ellie Goulding was there as well.
I get anyone who's in the singer space or like the sports space, but to have randomly like Hugh Grant or Adam Sandler.
Or Steven Spielberg.
Like,
it's like, how?
Yeah. I guess she does a lot of, I don't know so much now, but Taylor definitely wrote a lot of music for movies.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yes, for sure. I mean, she's just got that Toy Story 5 song as
Yeah.
well that just came out.
She did like The Climb for Miley Cyrus's movie.
Oh, did she write that?
She writes lots and lots of music for movies, so that's probably where the tie over is.
Yeah. I'd say she's probably doing that less now, right? But like back in the
Probably.
day, I reckon she was pumping it out.
I'm surprised that Carly Kloss got an invite.
Why? I thought they were cool.
No, they fell out.
Oh.
They fell out a long time ago, and then in the Eras tour, when Taylor Swift was doing the Eras tour, Carly Kloss was spotted in the nosebleed section, like way up the back.
She was
People were like, "Oh my god!"
I'll throw you a bone. Have a nosebleed ticket.
Yeah, but it's in the nosebleeds. I thought that was really strange, and then everyone was like, "Oh, that's weird that she was even there." And then if she was there, she was in the nosebleeds. So
they must have
be friends again.
rekindled. Yeah, they must have rekindled. Good on them.
But Miss Blake Lively was not there.
No, Miss Blake Lively was at a horse show somewhere in New York. Not New York City, but New York State. Her and Ryan Reynolds and her kids. So, I mean, that's a very, very clear sign off the back of last week's episode that they are definitely not friends. She's been cut off That's like a 10 plus year
Yeah.
friendship, and like obviously everything that really unraveled off the back of Blake Lively saying she had powerful friends and whatever else. It's clearly that's ruffled a lot of feathers. I feel like Anna Wintour definitely threw her a bone inviting her to the Met Gala, and I don't know that she was necessarily received really well there. I think she needs some time off.
She needs a full rebrand.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is actually the godparent to both Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' kids.
That's right.
So they are very intertwined.
Yeah.
So it is sad to see a friendship end like that, but I'm sure Taylor has her reasons. Like, it would suck to be used that way.
For sure. I would hate if I was a celebrity and I'd seen one of my best friends use my name against someone in like a very serious situation where a lot of allegations have been thrown around. I would just hate from a PR perspective for my name to be in the mix, which Taylor Swift was quite often brought up both in text messages from Blake and in the general media fair, which was the whole case, right? It felt like a 2-year ordeal of like back and forths. So I'd be PO2 and I would probably be distancing myself much like Taylor Swift has.
For sure. Well, I'm excited to see the rest of the looks come out and
Same.
some more actual footage of the wedding. It is looking like a very fairy tale princess wedding.
Yes, well,
isn't it?
Seems like they built a castle out in the middle of Madison Square Garden. They had their own set essentially built out for the day. It's good placing and timing as well, because I feel like for the last 2 weeks it's really been all about Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa's really owned the media space for weddings this season, so I think it was really good as well to really give that a moment. And now Taylor Swift's having her moment. What are you more for if you had to pick one, Dua or Taylor's? Which wedding would you rather be at? I'm Dua. Yeah, same. It looked like so much fun.
It would be more lax and
Cool.
fun.
Cool. You know all the cool girls are there.
I honestly think if Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce didn't make as big of a deal of it as they did by getting the Madison Square Garden, closing the streets off, all those little things, and then making sure no one had phones or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think it would have probably played out like Dua Lipa's wedding. Maybe a
Agreed.
little bit more intense, but
Yeah.
why not just go to a private island and have some beautiful wedding?
Yeah. Doll, I'm gonna say it. I think this wedding's a bit cursed. I feel like whenever
Right.
there's a big showy moment, like I always think back to like Kim and what was his name? Chris Humphreys. I think back to that and this huge extravaganza that they did, and it was a really like huge media moment as well. I just feel like those weddings are always cursed. Whereas Dua and Callum's wedding was very low key. It was very reflective of who they are as people. I mean, like, and maybe this is reflective of what Taylor and Travis are as people. It was very over the top and very, I'm gonna say it, I think it's sounding a little bit taqwa. And I even think from the outfits that all the guests were wearing, you and I don't know that a brief was given to anyone, what the vibe was going to be, because everyone looked so different. But muzzle to them. Something else that's dropped this week is a new pair of Meta glasses. They've dropped the Ray-Ban branding and instead they've brought Miss Kylie Jenner on to launch this campaign. She's a star as the face of the flagship $399 Starfire collection. The glasses use her cloned voice as the AI assistant and have a hidden 12 megapixel camera built into the frame. How do you feel about this, doll?
Firstly, I do think they're cute.
They're quite
I do
chic.
see the appeal.
Yeah.
People would like the idea of, for example, Kylie Jenner being in your ear all day, especially if I think about someone who wants motivation and likes the billionaire life. Having someone in your ear who's like a celebrity or a billionaire being like, hey.
Is that your Kylie Jenner AI impersonation? I think it's a bit bizarre. I don't know that I would necessarily want an AI Kylie Jenner in my ear. And I don't know how I feel about the glasses just in general.
Can I say though, the Ray-Ban glasses were more obvious there was a camera in them. I actually saw the Ray-Ban glasses. I was at a wedding and a couple came up to me and they were both wearing them. And I was like, oh, you're wearing the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. And they're like, yeah, like, I'm recording you right now. And I was like, you're recording me? And she's like, yeah. And then like turned it off. And she's like, now I'm not recording you. And she's like, now I'm listening to music. And I was like, are you? And she's like, yeah, listen. And then I put them on and they were listening to music.
Oh, is it through the vibrations? Is it like one of those vibrations? Interesting.
But it's actually a little bit scary
Yeah.
that you don't know someone's recording you.
I think the camera is far less noticeable on these ones versus
I agree.
the Ray-Bans. I agree with your sentiment there, and I almost appreciate the fact that the Ray-Ban glasses did make it so obvious, because I can see you're wearing the Ray-Ban glasses and I can see that there is a recording device there, so I can be mindful of it. Whereas these glasses, I have no clue. You can barely see it. There's just that little diamante that looks like the paparazzi camera flash, but I don't know that that would even be enough for me to clock it.
And I think ethically, we have to talk about people going into restrooms, saunas, places where people are in really compromising positions.
Totally.
It's not fair.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, it's almost romanticizing and glamorizing surveillance culture.
For sure.
It's easier access for, quite frankly, perverts.
Yeah.
To get their hands on these glasses and be able to surveil people without it being so obvious.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about this. There's this new movement in influencer culture where the content style is very almost like they're being surveilled. A lot of get ready with me's and try on hauls where it's not directly being filmed by the camera, but instead we look like we're watching on from a third party camera.
It's like we're Big Brother.
That's right.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, even Alexa Chung recently, she did a whole IG carousel and it was all through the lens of her Ring camera. So when she closed the door to go somewhere in the morning, she would screenshot from her Ring camera her outfit of the day, which is really cool. And I think that that's super creative.
Agreed.
But when you sort of deep it a little bit more, that paired with the glasses, it becomes a little bit more romanticized. And I really hope that from that more stalker culture doesn't emerge.
Yes. It's like almost, are we glamorizing people recording and viewing us from their own lens at any time? Weird.
Well, there was a woman who was unboxing her Meta glasses, and the sentiment in the comment section was pretty bad.
Yes.
People were not happy with her for purchasing these glasses, but someone did say, well, what's the difference between whipping out your phone and filming someone without their knowledge? Or what's the difference between being on your phone and filming someone in public? And to that, I say, you can see that there's a camera on you. And do I think that filming someone without their knowledge is correct? No, I don't. I think that that's also weird.
Agreed.
But at least you can see that they're holding something and they're directing something at you.
You have the mental capacity to understand what's happening there. Hey, they're holding up a camera, they're recording me. Whereas with these glasses, you don't, right? The backlash has been immediate and heavy online. The core complaint isn't really the product itself, but it's the fact that the camera is so hidden. BBC has reported on this before about how men have used Meta glasses to secretly do videos how to approach a woman, stuff like that, which borderlines creepy. And any camera that doesn't look like a camera should be illegal is like the general vibe, and I tend to stick with that opinion and that sentiment. I think it's interesting as well that neither Meta nor Kylie have come out to discuss this situation yet post all the controversy. It's just kind of like sitting there.
I think that they could see this controversy happening, especially because Meta has already come out with the Ray-Ban glasses, that was the same sentiment.
Yeah.
And they've just gone for it. They know exactly what they're doing because there's a bigger prize at play. Recently, a Swedish newspaper revealed that unpaid workers in Nairobi, Kenya, they were actually reviewing Meta glasses footage without the wearer's knowledge, which is pretty insane.
Wild.
So people getting dressed, going to the toilet, being intimate, and most of this footage was actually taken accidentally. So even when I was watching a unboxing video, the woman put the glasses on, she goes, oh, I'm recording. I didn't even know I was recording. So I can see how that happened. So the Kenyan workers were watching and labeling this footage to teach Meta's AI object identification. But when the story broke, Meta actually cancelled the contract with the firm in Kenya and 1,000 workers were laid off.
Oh.
So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
That they've done that.
Yeah. Kind of two-pronged, right? Because obviously AI needs to learn and discern content. That needs a human element to understand and distinguish what's good, what's not, because AI just doesn't have the capability to understand that.
Yeah, but you can actually do that through your own trials.
Yes.
You don't have to use actual people's
external
that they don't know
yes,
you're using.
for sure. It's horrible. I think
Or you need to disclose that that's what's going to happen.
That's right. But the fact of thinking of someone in a data center looking at my footage, it makes me sick. It's so confronting, and it makes you think, like, is this happening on my iPhone? Is this happening right now?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Meta have actually previously outsourced work to this firm in Kenya called Sama to do content moderation, and in 2024 140 of these workers sued Meta and Sama, alleging watching hours of uncensored content has actually given them PTSD.
Oh my god, I can only imagine what they've seen. Like, imagine all the things people are uploading across the Meta platforms, both Instagram, Facebook, whatever else. I can only imagine the hideous things that are being uploaded before they're obviously taken down.
You think about the content that's uploaded to social media. Yes, some of that stuff needs to get pulled down because it's disgusting, it's very disturbing.
That's right.
Imagine what you're seeing through glasses from people who don't think it's getting uploaded anywhere.
Yeah. Before we wrap this topic, one more thing that needs to be noted as well is they obviously know they were targeting the tech bro with the Ray-Ban glasses. I think this is deceptive and a little bit dark because they're obviously utilizing and profiting off Kylie Jenner's very young and very impressionable audience, which is like predominantly 18 to 35 year olds, and lock them into these very expensive glasses. Coin flipped, imagine potentially how many women this could also save. Like, thinking of it the other way, imagine if you're wearing your surveillance glasses and someone tries to mug you or tries to snatch you for like any reason. I think there is like a pro to it in that sense, but that's probably the only pro I can think of.
I always think this is just the beginning. Yes, there's been some iterations of these surveillance glasses, but this is still the beginning. The cameras are going to get way smaller.
That's right. It'll be interesting.
Way less noticeable.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens pick up, like how popular they are. I don't know what Kylie Jenner's sale power is like as well. I think previously it was huge. It's something I was literally glued to my bed on Thursday reading because I just couldn't get enough.
Who? Why?
Who? What? Should we talk about it? Andrea Bartson, who's currently 59 to 60, we don't know, but she's kind of like the OG Anna Delvey. So...
Wait, she's aged 59 to 60?
Yes. She is a broke Ohio transport living a false socialite life across New York, the Hamptons and Palm Beach, and she's been doing this doll for like 25 plus years.
Okay, because when you originally were telling me about this, I was like thinking she was Anna Delvey's age.
No, she's definitely more mature. She's the geriatric Anna Delvey, so to speak. So the lies that she's told, just to give you like a top line idea of what she's told. She claims she went to MIT. She did not. She claims she's worked in pharma advertising when she worked just across a campaign for Publicis as a contractor for 6 months. Your old stomping grounds doll.
I was a freelancer at Publicis. I didn't work there.
Oh, maybe this is sounding familiar then. This is actually about Ali and it's based in Queensland. Dead. Ali Delvey. MIT has no record of her. She has a slew of things that go on. She initially comes to New York, starts dating this guy. He's in finance, so like she's doing well-ish for herself. She has a partner that's earning a lot of money. She's working as a publicist. Bad PR for the publicists today. We kind of don't know what's going on through that period, but she's essentially just gate crashing a lot of parties and she's running with the more social elite throughout New York. But then things start to kind of go pear-shaped in 2014. So she starts working for a fellow publicist, housekeeping at her house for $20 an hour, while still trying to portray the fact that she was like wealthy and running with high society.
Wait, so she was working for someone as a cleaner?
Correct. Okay. Housekeeper. She goes to Miami. She impersonates her own landlord, who has the same name as her, but it's a male. So it's an Italian man called Andrea, and her name's Andrea. And she sublets the apartment to a Pilates instructor. Later finds out that Andrea was even subletting half of her bed to have, so she was sleeping with strangers essentially. She became known, like notoriously, as a Hamptons party crasher, and then started hosting her own paid event for family officers who are private wealth management firms for the ultra rich. The first event she charged sponsors up to $30K, and doll, apparently no food was served, or when it was served, they were promised like caviar oysters, and then in the end, like, sandwiches were served, and the only thing that was available was, like, tequila. She promised, like, champagne. So this is where it starts to get even more interesting. Her friend Matthew Rockefeller, or Matthew Tomasco, enters the scene. He's a magician from Pennsylvania who performs as Matt Wayne. He rebrands himself online as Matthew Rockefeller in around 2023 and claims to run the family's philanthropy arm, but he doesn't actually exist. If you don't know the Rockefeller history, there's like 100 plus Rockefellers, so there's a lot of them flying around, and I think a lot of them would range in wealth. So he met Bartson in 2014, they became inseparable, and then they started running events together and essentially co-conspirated on their scam and essentially like would back each other up. She changed her middle name to Cartier because a lot of the Cartier family no longer have the Cartier last name, but they shift that name to their middle name to keep the legacy alive, so to speak. This is kind of their big event together. They promised sponsors access to 50,000 investors for a Miami event. Then when the bill came due, none of the money came from anyone named Rockefeller or Bartson, so they're essentially using people from the event to pay for the event. They would tell them, hey, can you transfer $5,000 to this person? I'll pay you back. And they never would pay them back, essentially. And guests started noticing just weird things about both of them. So one guest noted that Rockefeller's handshake was quite weak, and that wasn't the sign of prestige. And then another thing was they showed up to a polo event in a beat-up pickup truck. They showed up in a broke car, essentially. And everyone's like, well, if they're so wealthy, why are they rocking up in a shitty car? And then apparently another woman clocked Bartson by looking at her hair. Andrea Bartson had highlights in her hair, and she said that's not a $600 highlight, that's a $200 highlight. A Cartier would never have a $200 highlight. These people are getting like picked to shreds essentially by how they look. But essentially, doll, this has led to nothing because she's still running events. She's recently had a guest physically removed from one of her parties for confronting her about the scandal. And she's rebranded herself as a biotech thought leader and is now showing up at legitimate health industry events under the same fabricated name. She's publicly denying everything and blames a jealous clique of women for sabotaging her. Where do you sit, doll? Do you think she's telling the truth or telling the lie? She's obviously lying.
She's a liar.
But it's crazy that she's being legitimized for all these like fake things that she's doing. She's getting like legitimate opportunities off the back of that. It just shows sometimes you can fake it till you kind of make it, even if you haven't really made it.
Wild. What a wild. So you'll have to send me the link.
Yes.
I'm so keen.
I'll have to send you there. It's on the New Yorker if anyone's really interested in reading. It took me about half an hour to read through. You know how they do their really big takedowns? I couldn't stop. I was glued to my phone. I have one more story before we bid this episode adieu. Miss Naomi Campbell. She's been banned from hosting charities for 5 years. Do you want to know why?
What has she done now?
What's Naomi done now? So I don't know if you knew this, doll, but Naomi Campbell actually founded Fashion for Relief in 2005. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's a massive charity.
Huge charity, but I didn't realize Naomi Campbell was one of the founders. In 2024, the UK regulators banned her from being a charity trustee for 5 years after finding serious financial mismanagement. Charity money was paid for her 5-star hotel stays in Cannes, spa treatments, and even a packet of darts. Like, come on, you can't buy your own cigarettes.
Put it on the business.
Yeah, chuck 'em on the Amex, doll. Apparently, only 8.5% of the charity spending over 6 years actually went to charitable grants.
Can I just say that's not uncommon though? Large charities, if you actually look at their breakdown and how much money goes to the cause that they're going after, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Like even the other day, I had these door knockers and I was looking at the fine print and I was like, so less than 10% goes to the cause you're after? And they're like, yeah, because like overheads and stuff. And it's like, no, if you've got a charity, the main chunk of money should go to the
charity. That's right. And look, doll, I'm not naive enough to understand that like these charities need to be run and people do need to be paid to do work. I think when you're working with an NGO, there obviously should be an inherent passion for said NGO, but I think also pay should reflect the fact that it is an NGO. People should be mindful that they are working for a charity, and working with a charity should just naturally mean you love and are passionate for it. I'm not saying people shouldn't get paid for their work because I think everyone should get paid for their work, but to hear that such a low margin was going back to helping people in fashion is like a little bit sad, especially because it is an industry that we know notoriously pays peanuts. It's notoriously impossible to break, even in the era of social media. So it is sad to hear that like something that is set up with a positive purpose hasn't been serving it.
Completely agree. And a lot of people create charities for tax purposes as well. Not just donating to charities do you get a tax benefit, but if you create a charity yourself. So for example, the Kardashians, they have a church and that's a way to minimize your tax.
Yes, correct, because churches are tax-free. So other trustees have also been banned. So there was a lawyer called Bianca Helmich. She's been banned for 9 years. So I think she's kind of seen as the main perpetrator. And then fellow businesswoman Veronica Chow has also been banned for 4 years. Campbell's essentially appealing this ban, claiming Helmich forged her signature and used a fake email to impersonate her, essentially running the charity's finances behind her back, while telling Campbell she could just be a figurehead versus being in the weeds and being across all the finances. She says her only mistake was trusting a lawyer without double checking, which that was a huge mistake. Where it currently stands is Naomi Campbell's given evidence at tribunal in mid-June, and the forgery allegations against Helmich have been referred to police. So there's no verdict yet. This is all still unfolding, so watch this space. But I thought that was really interesting. And I mean, like, as we know, Naomi isn't shy of a scandal. Sometimes she accepts gifts that she perhaps shouldn't have, and, you know, starting with blood, ending with diamonds. Yes, allegedly. Allegedly. Not shocking by any means. So guys, that's us. For a week, we're wrapped. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week.